Hello, my beautiful boss slaymates. It's me, Akenisha, your favorite boutique consultant, and today we are going to be talking about some need to knows for Shopify. These are, I think it's four things that I'm going to be telling you that you need to know if you are a beginner to Shopify, and if you're someone who is just starting on Shopify, I still feel like you may need to know some of these things just in case they weren't explained to you or you haven't discovered them. So if you did not know, this is the first video of my Shopify series. If you are a subscriber to my email list, then you already know about the Shopify series, because I am also sending out 5 totally separate tips in my email specifically just for email subscribers. So it's been an email a day so far. We're on Tuesday, so you've gotten 2 emails from me all around Shopify. And so this week I'm either going to post 2 or 3 videos around Shopify. I'm not sure if I'm going to do 2 or 3. I have 3 planned, but I don't know if I'm going to post all 3 this week, or I'm just going to post 2 this week and 1 next week. That might be what I do, so that way I don't have to have so many in this 1 week and have more the next week. So yeah. All right, so one more thing I want to say. If you all hear noise, you already know how my son is. He always likes to come around when he knows I'm recording. And then 2, if it looks like my eyes are kind of odd, I promise you they're not. The ring light is reflecting on my glasses, and it's really bothering me because I can't even see my own eyes. But when I turn the light off, it's too dark. So I'm gonna do it. So it's dark, you can see me, but I don't know. I might film this one. It's just too dark. It's too dark, y'all. I can't. Well, it's all right because I don't like how my eyes were looking. So I'm going to leave the light off. If this is too dark, I apologize. You don't have to see me. Just listen to my voice, okay? All right, so this intro has been long enough. So let's go ahead and get into it. These are in no particular order. It's just how I thought of them and wrote them down. So the first thing that I feel like you need to know if you are new to Shopify or kind of a Shopify beginner is that you have website building that does not require coding. You don't need coding experience to build your website on Shopify. Shopify also provides free themes. And a lot of people always say that you can't make a Shopify site look as good as other sites because of the free themes. That is not true. Only thing you need to do is be creative, or if you feel like you're not that creative to create your own graphics in Canva, then hire someone off of Fiverr or anyone else who offers those services, like on Facebook. I offer these services as well, to create your banners and your collection photos and things of that nature. Have someone else create them for you, and then you put them on your Shopify's free theme. Now, I know several big brands and boutiques that use Shopify, and you would never know it because they are very creative with their themes. And I know 2 in particular that are on free themes. So when it comes to a free theme, do not think that you're going to look basic, blah, blah. You're not. If you get someone to design your graphics, or you can do it yourself, be creative. And even if you are basic, who cares? As long as your website looks good, looks trustworthy, is organized, has photos that are yours, it don't really matter how basic it is. No one cares about that. They just want to see the products. Okay, so also they have support available for you. If you feel like you're getting lost or you need some help or whatever, you can also hire someone from Shopify to build your site for you if that is in your budget. You can do all of that, and whenever there are updates for the free or paid themes, it will update for you automatically. And then with the paid themes, because I had a paid theme at one point, I don't have one anymore. You have access to it indefinitely. You can always have it, and if they have an update for it, you can go back to using it if you want to, which is what I'm thinking about doing, because there's been an update to the paid one that I bought back in 2018 or 19. I can't remember when I bought it. I want to say 2018 is when I bought it. So yeah, that's all about the themes. So if you go to the Shopify theme store, you can sort the things by free, or you can sort them by paid, and you can look at them all that way. You can preview them and everything and see how you like them. All right, so the second thing, this is something that I don't think people really think about, but I wanted to let everyone know about this particular thing because it deals with your finances and if you are running your business right. Okay, so Shopify does something called, they charge you per transaction. And the more expensive your plan is through Shopify, the less they charge you per transaction. So I know you probably don't get what I'm saying. So other places such as PayPal, they do this. Who else does this? A lot of payment processors do this. So if you're on the basic plan, which is what I'm on, it's a $29 a month plan. They charge you, I have it written down so I want to make sure I say them right. They charge you 2.9% plus 30 cents. So what that means is, let's say you have a customer and they made a $50 purchase and they paid through Shopify, meaning that they just paid with their debit card or credit card. They didn't use PayPal. They didn't use some kind of payment installment plan like Afterpay or Klarna or Sezzle or anything like that. They just paid normal. That means that Shopify is going to take 2.9% of that $50 plus an additional 30 cents. That is their fee to you, and they take it off of every single transaction. Now, if you have someone who paid through PayPal, then PayPal takes their amount, which is similar to Shopify's, a certain amount, a certain percentage plus a certain amount of cents. I can't remember what it is. And then other payment processors do the same thing. Now, if you're on their main plan, which is a step up from the basic, I think it's $79, then Shopify is going to charge you 2.6% plus an additional 30 cents. If you're on their advanced plan, which is the highest plan, they will charge you 2.4% plus 30 cents. So you have to remember that when you are pricing your items. This is something that I talk about in several different classes when we are strictly discussing pricing. You have to remember quite a few things when it comes to pricing your items. But a lot of people forget about the payment processors charging per transaction. So if, for example, let's say that $50 customer, let's say the customer comes, spends $50. She also used a discount code, okay? So now she used a discount code and it went from $50 to $44. Now she also has free shipping. So now she's not gonna get charged for shipping. So I get $44. However, Shopify is gonna take 2.9% plus additional 30 cents from that $44. Then I have to pay $7.99 for shipping, okay? And she didn't pay shipping, but I got to come out of pocket of $7.99 for shipping. Then you have to remember how much I paid wholesale for that item. So I'm not making as much money as I could have been because I most likely didn't price my item right and I wasn't thinking about the charges and the shipping and discount codes. Those are the main things you need to remember when it comes to pricing your items. So once again, you need to remember your charges per transaction, which are your fees. You need to remember how much you paid for the item. So you need to know how much of a profit margin you want to make. You need to think about if you have to pay out of pocket for shipping just in case the person gets free shipping. And then you got to think about what can happen if a person uses a discount code or you're having promotions going on. Okay? All right. So the next thing you need to know is, this is a big one. Every single business group that I've been in, whether it's men and women, beginners, and everything else, they always talk about this. Shopify charges you for shipping later. So what that means is, you know how if you use Afterpay or Klarna or QuadPay, something like that, you basically are buying now and you pay later? That is what Shopify does when you create your shipping labels and you pay for your shipping for your customers. That is what they do. So let's say I did 3 orders. Okay, I'm on a $29 plan from Shopify, okay? And let's say I am shipping out 3 orders today. And all 3 of those orders, I had to pay $8 in shipping. So 8 times 3 is $24. By the time I get my bill for Shopify, it's not going to be $29. It's going to be $53 because that $24 from shipping is attached to that $29 plan. That is how they charge you for shipping. So in the groups that I'm in, a lot of people will start complaining like, oh my gosh, Shopify's too high. Shopify didn't charge me this much. And oh my gosh, Shopify shipping is so much. No, it's not. You're just paying for your shipping later. I don't understand why people don't get that and why they think that Shopify is more expensive. I have tried out ShipStation. I've tried Pirate Ship. And then I've also, of course, used Shopify. There is really not really a big difference in any of those. I think one time I did it, Shopify was like 1 cent cheaper or 1 cent over than the other two. Like, it is no difference. It's just that with Pirate Ship and ShipStation, you're paying immediately. With Shopify, you're doing it now and paying later, which is how I like it. Because what happens is I am able to track my expenses better. You are charged one time for all of your shipping and your Shopify plan together. What you should be doing is every single time you get an order, you look at the order and see how much they paid for shipping. Take that amount out of your payout and put it in the account that you use to pay for your Shopify. Now, if you, like me, I have all of my money going into my business account. So that's the same account that Shopify charges. So I just make sure that I have the amount that they pay for shipping, plus my Shopify plan amounts are in that account. So that way when Shopify comes and, gets their money, my money's already in there. It's not money that I'm missing. It's money that I already used. So keep that in mind. So if you are just starting out and, you're starting to ship orders and you're trying to figure out why your plan costs so much, you're being charged shipping later. And you should like it that way because you should be tracking your expenses monthly. Okay? All right, so the last thing I want you all to know is that I'm not going to go into a whole long explanation about this because I have a whole separate video about it. But with Shopify, a lot of people will come to me, or I've read in different groups, and say, Shopify is basic, or I don't know how to get Shopify to work for me. How do you get more sales using Shopify? Shopify has something called apps. If you go to the Shopify App Store, you can find just about every single, any kind of app that you are thinking of. So if you need an app to help you with your sales, you got that. You need an app to help you cross-sell and upsell, you have apps for that. You need apps for pop-ups, you need apps to show people for free shipping. You need an app to track your clicks. You need apps to record what customers are doing on your site. There are apps galore. And those are something that you for sure should be using. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go into a lot more detail about it, because I have a whole separate video. I'm going to link that video in the description box as well as in the comments as a pinned comment at the top, because I highly recommend you all watch that if you aren't sure what type of apps you need on your site. I tell you the type of apps that I think you need and the ones that I recommend, but I don't tell you which ones to get. I just tell you what works for me, so that way you can kind of gauge what will work for you. Okay? All right, so in the next video, I'm going to be talking about Shopify Tools because I don't see a lot of people talking about this. Shopify has tools that you can use, as well as something called sales channels. So I'm going to talk about those in one video. That video might be kind of long. I'm not entirely sure yet, but you all won't be seeing my face at all. I'm going to be showing you the tools that they have. So you'll be seeing my screen and I walk you through the tools that they have, as well as what sales channels mean. Okay? All right, so if you're not on my email list, I highly suggest you get up there, because the tips that I have been sending out and the emails in general that I've been sending out since this year started, I'm biased, but they've been great. Okay? So there will be a link for my website, ikenishaj.com, in the description box as well. You just go there, sign up for my email list. You can either scroll down to the very bottom of the footer and sign up, or if you are on the site and you're about to click off, my pop-up will come up and you can put in your email address there. Or you can just buy one of my freebies, and if you buy one of my freebies, you're automatically on my list too. All right, so I will see you guys in the next video, and make sure you join my email list, okay? Bye.